me. Oh, there we go. Whoop, there it is. Okay, how do we make this a little bit lower here? By the way, do you see my logo correctly, or do you see it incorrectly, like backwards?
It's not you hardly see it. It's like too zoomed out. I tried.
This is really bad. This background it doesn't work so well in StreamYard.
Yeah, I tried doing what's it called, that a background for me, and
well, I'm just in a place where the background just should not be there. Oh, that's cool. Maybe I can do that. I'm just trying to.
But it's backwards, and I can't figure out how to flip it.
No, yours looks correct now. That's what happens. I think you see yourself as backwards. Okay, we should stop talking about all this stuff because it's not relevant. Okay, Yaakov, welcome to the conversation. Let's get right into it. I am super excited to be talking with you today. Not that we don't talk every single day, every 5 minutes nowadays,
or many times a day.
all of a sudden we're best friends here. Okay, cool. What is happening? Oh, because it's probably showing it on that screen. I wonder if I went this way, would that look normal by comparison? No, now I'm looking the other way. I have two screens here. I'm trying to figure out which way should look right, but neither of them looks like I'm looking at the actual screen. I'm trying to figure out why. Now maybe I'm looking at the screen. Okay, either way, I don't usually look this good, but I guess with these virtual backgrounds, I don't have a choice unless I kill it. But in the meantime, let's talk about the event. All right. So, Yaakov, sell me on this event here. Who is it for? Who should come? Why is this exciting? What makes this different?
So I'm not even going to try to.
I'm testing you to see what you know.
There we go. There we go.
I want to say, because that first video you did was not bad, but we can. There's always room for
improvement. But
that's right.
I don't know if you were looking at my statuses on WhatsApp, but
I don't check anyone's status. I'm a status snob. I only post for myself, but I don't check other people's typically. But anyway, go ahead. Tell me more.
So on my statuses, I was putting out there that this shouldn't be a sale. I don't have to convince anybody to come. Everybody wants to be there. If you're in business, this is the place you want to be. It's not, it's not for the major real estate guys. It's not made for the major nursing home guys. Yeah, you have your events, you big guys. This is for the little guys. And this is networking. This is not sales. People think, oh, who am I going to sell to at the event? That's not what this event is. The event is to network, to get to know people, become friends with people. Because if you make a connection with somebody else. Let me just give you an example. I got a phone call the other day from somebody, an acquaintance of mine, a friend of mine. Hey, thank you so much for giving me such and such a client. I'm like, I don't even remember sending your number. And it turns out I sent the number a few weeks back, and the guy finally decided to call it. And then the person who was asking for that reference, who was very happy with the reference I gave, all of a sudden is looking for a service that my company provides. So then I say, oh, I can help you with that. And then his response was, oh, you helped me so much with the other thing with the other guy. I'm just going to go straight to you. And that's basically the way networking works. People want to work with their friends. People want to work with people they know. You meet people, you sit down, you schmooze, you have a l'chaim, you break some bread, as they say in the Gaisha Welt, sit over some fleisch, and you schmooze, and you get to know each other, and you see who you click with. And when now all of a sudden you have all these new people that you got to know, who now you're going to try to help them, and they'll automatically try to help you. And even whoever you help, they'll automatically come back. It's just a full circle. That's what networking is. Networking is not, oh, I'm just coming to do sales. Because if you're coming for sales, I have very bad news for you. You may do well, but that's not the focus. That's not the mindset that you should come with. You should come with the networking mindset. Who can I get to know? How can I help other people? Because in return, the world is round, and it will come Amir Tashem back to you.
Okay, great. Now I'm going to push back a little bit because I don't agree that people don't need to be sold. I think people do need to be sold because at the end of the day, people are busy, and we're asking them to come out at night. We're asking them to pay money. And so, yes, you are right. At its core, everything you said is 100% true, right? People should want to help people. Businesses should want to help other businesses grow. From an altruistic standpoint, I couldn't agree with you more. However, we all believe in everybody listens to the same radio station every day, whether you have radio in your orbit or not. It's called WFFIM. Did I get that right? No. WIIFM. Thank you very much. What's in it for me? Right? Everybody wants to know what's in it for me. And so we do want to make sure that we make a compelling case that people stand to gain and gain a lot from participating. So you are right. The world is circular, orbit, whatever the proper term would be, orbital. And so there is that element, and we do believe that there's pieces of reciprocity. All those things are great. But even if you are selfish, and I am selfish, so I could relate to this statement. In other words, even if your first inclination is what's in it for me, let's go through a little bit of what's in it for each individual. So you're going to come into a space, a beautiful space. First of all, there's ample parking, lots and lots of parking. It's a nice big shopping center with 3 levels of parking. Don't take the top level because that's primarily for the people going to the grocery and whatnot. But there's plenty of parking, multiple levels, and a nice big open space. You're going to come into this room, which is designed for events, simchas, things like that, as well as events like this. And you're going to see a beautiful room with beautiful lighting, nice decor, appropriate professional music. You'll have great food, a hot fleischig buffet with lots of food options, wine tasting right there in the center of the room to create a whole different level of enjoyment. Let's call it physical enjoyment in the space.
Yeah, and we're not talking about your bartender or Moscato wine tasting. We're talking about French wines that are high end, top of the line wines from Noble Wine. It's not. We're not talking about your. We're gonna have some $10 bottles. I'm gonna call it a thing. No, this is the real deal
right.
stuff.
Our good friend Abe Israel is our wine tasting sponsor. We're so excited to have him on board. I want to give props, by the way, to Moshe Kinderlerer and the Jewish Link for getting behind this right away and for being our primary sponsor from day one. And as you will see, we're advertising all over the place. You'll see our ads, you'll see our sponsors. We've got really good people and really good companies behind this event because they believe in what we believe. They believe in the power of networking. They believe in the power of growing your community. So you're going to come into this space. You can have open floor networking, the opportunity to schmooze with anyone and everyone. We will have a phones off, ringers off policy for people like Yaakov who are going to be otherwise disturbing us with their ringtones during the event.
It's off.
Yeah. We know people like you. And then we're going to have a program. Yaakov is the MC. I'll be one of the speakers. We have another speaker planned as well. We'll roll that out soon. Roundtable discussions, speed networking, all of that facilitated for the purpose of helping everyone, whether you feel socially comfortable in a networking environment or not, you will be able to have proper conversations because we're going to help make that happen. The furniture will support it. When I say the furniture, the type of tables that we have and the seating, the layout of the room, it's all designed with a great flow in mind. And just a handful of booths. By the way, if you're listening to this and you would like to sponsor, we do still have a few sponsorship levels available. We have one more booth available, one more roundtable available, one more food sponsor available. We have a few things left, but most have been taken because people see the value. And they really want to invest in this program. They want to see it be successful. So you're going to come in.
This is where I got my comment, by the way, of that people want to be here. The what's it called? We have a whole list of sponsors that all want to be there. They all want to promote themselves. They understand that people are coming. I feel like people don't need to be sold. I'm just worried about being sold out. So I think people should buy tickets now before we get to the point of, oh, I'm sorry, because our room is also a bit limited. We are limited to only 300 people.
Correct.
And I think we're already, we already have, and it's already, pretty early on compared to a lot of events because, people like to sign up last minute. Please don't wait till the last minute. We already have over 50 people in the room or at this point right now with 2 weeks to go. So don't wait till the last minute, because there might not be tickets at the last minute. I think that that's a very important point that we have to put out there, is that we're limited to 300 people.
We are limited, and we capped the sales on the web page as well, and so you won't be able to buy more tickets even if you wanted to at that point. And we do have some numbers that Yaakov didn't even include, just in terms of our sponsors. We also have some really neat giveaways. We have some raffles that we're going to be raffling both in advance of the event and at the event itself. People who are excited to be part of the program and want to offer a product or a service to members of the GrowthWorx community, in exchange for, being able to be part of what we're doing and really adding value. So I know we have, for example, one fitness coach who has already committed 2 fitness trainings for men. We'll have many other things that we're going to roll out soon, and you'll be able to see what those are. And you can only win the raffle if you hold a ticket. So that's an important consideration as well. And do realize that we're advertising this very broadly.
Coach, if I'm thinking of the same fitness coach, I think it's for men or women. He has both types of.
No, you're not thinking of the same fitness coach.
So we have two different fitness coaches that are looking for that have committed to a raffle, giving.
Well, you haven't shared anything definitive yet, so that's why I didn't include that. However, I did share something definitive, and so I know what I committed. I got committed, and that's already been put into our system, because we have a lot to keep track of. The bottom line is there's so many moving parts here, and it's constantly changing. It's not the kind of thing where everything is set. I mean, there are some conferences, I suppose, that are that way, that everything is set 6 months in advance. But look, we're 2 Jewish guys working with the Jewish community, and nothing happens that is etched in stone 6 months in advance for the most part. It's all bottom line. And look, we understand we're on the tail end of a very busy, very intense, you could say, holiday season. The Yom Tov season this year was unusually challenging from a logistical standpoint. It was late, and it was ever present, and it was midweek, and it was really, really hard for people to get any momentum. I don't know that anybody accomplished anything meaningful from a business standpoint in late September through mid-October. So now we're really trying to pick up steam here and end with a flurry. So bottom line, as we wrap up our conversation for today, do understand that this purpose, as Yaakov, I believe, started with, the purpose of this this event, is to do something that doesn't, as far as we can tell, doesn't exist within the Orthodox Jewish community in greater New York City. And that is an event for early to mid-stage businesses that want to expand their networks, that want to be able to sell and grow, and learn about other people's products and services, and kind of continue to expand the pie and open up opportunities for each other. If you're not in some of the most prominent industries, such as healthcare, construction, real estate, certain educational services, whatever it is, for the most part, you don't have a place where you can physically show up and have in-person, face-to-face conversations that is uniquely designed for this. It's not a trade show. You're not going to be bombarded with booths. You're not going to be bombarded with sales. It's mostly going to be, who can I learn and who can I meet? And since Yaakov has been very involved in the RBBN up in Rockland County, which is a monthly networking group, and I started the PNG in Passaic last year, also a monthly networking group, both of us understand that networking is very powerful. We also understand that it's something that you have to really do in person, and you have to do with consistency. And we are hoping that if all goes well, we'll be able to roll out other programs behind this one, whether it's networking programs or personal development programs. We chose the name GrowthWorx. Originally it was going to be Networks, but we chose GrowthWorx because we wanted that growth element in the name, because we don't only want your business to grow, we want you to grow. We want all of us to grow. And we can only do that by creating programs that are designed to help upskill as well as expand our respective networks. So bottom line, if you have not yet gotten your ticket, we are going to be adding, wherever this live stream posts. We're going to be adding the link, the registration link. You definitely want to come. You definitely want to check it out. Even if you feel like you can't afford it, message us. We'll find a way to work with you as best as we can. We want to get as many good people in the room as possible. And we think that if this one is successful, and God willing it will be, it's going to be the first of many opportunities to really help be an explosive, positive driver within our business community at large.
And one more
Any final
quick thing.
thoughts, Yaakov?
Yeah, one more quick thing as far as the growth aspect. Naftali is a wonderful coach, and he works with people on personal level, business level. But there are many coaches out there. The difference between coaches and networking is that every business owner had their own struggles, and a lot of them may line up with yours. And when you're sitting and schmoozing with somebody at a networking event, you can just learn from their mistakes instead of making them yourself. It's different than using a coach. I'm not, coaching is great, and it's a great thing to do. Every person should have some sort of coach, whether it be your wife, your Rebbe, or a coach. But everybody should have some sort of coach. But when you're talking to people who are like-minded individuals, entrepreneurs, people who started their own business, people who are running a business, a lot of times you could just, even if it's not necessarily the same type of business, at the end of the day, you're either buying or you're either selling a service or a product, and your goal is to try to do more of that so that you can have more income. And by talking to people who are like-minded individuals doing the same idea as you can grow yourself and your business, learning from other people who you just happen to meet at a networking event and you schmooze with and get to know how to grow. If that makes a lot of sense. It's another reason that I just once enough time mentioned the growth. When you mentioned the GrowthWorx, I'm like, yeah, that's a point that I completely missed on my first spiel that I feel like can really be helpful to people. And bottom line, you want to be there.
Absolutely, you want to be there, and I thank you, Yaakov, for raising that point and reiterating that idea as well. It's an honor to work with you. And next week we're going to do one more. We have another special guest, somebody who's partnering with us to help push the word out. So we have another opportunity to have this conversation. But in the interim, now is your opportunity. Grab a ticket while there's space. Grab the last sponsorships while they still are available, because we're not going to be able to create new ones. We just want to make sure that we are really providing massive value. And by the way, thank you, Joel. I see your comment over here. Thank you very much for weighing in on LinkedIn. You are 100% right. Trust does build through consistent discipline action. Yes, that's true. But, I would say trust is actually built through in-person connectivity and whatnot, right? The trust, there are 4 elements of trust: able, believable, connected, and dependable. And while all of them are relevant, the connected one in particular is what we're after over here. Because what that does for us is it creates this sense of, if I'm connected with you, then I'm going to work with you. I'm likelier to want to work with you because I feel much more of that personal relationship. We work with people we know, like, and trust. And you can't really know somebody exclusively from LinkedIn, as powerful as that is, or any other resource. This is the best way to do it. So with all that said, we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to be linking the registration link to these posts. We thank you so much for being with us today, and we hope that you will make the initiative. If you live in Muncie and Rockland County, if you live in Teaneck, Bergen County, if you live in Passaic, if you live in Linden, Union, any of these areas or beyond, we welcome people from Lakewood, from Brooklyn, from the city, from anywhere. And by the way, it's not exclusively an Orthodox Jewish event. We welcome anybody who wishes to be part of helping grow this community and be part of the community's growth.
And try all the good kosher food.
Well, yes, you could try out all the kosher. Everything will be kosher. Everything that will kosher. So there will not be any cheeseburgers available at this event. However, or lobster or anything of the sort. However, the food will be excellent. You will not regret coming for the food selection. You will not regret coming for the wine selection, and you will not regret coming for the people in the room. And if you just were able to come so that Yaakov could give you a bear hug, that's reason alone, I think, to show up. That's just my personal view. You could take that for what it's worth. I wish you all a fantabulous day, and let's be in touch. Please, again, message us with any questions. We're here to help. We want you there, and we are super excited for this tremendous event that we are presenting. And we're not just excited about it because we're presenting it. We're excited about it because we genuinely feel it's filling a void and meeting a need that the community has that nobody else is doing. And so we're going to give ourselves a verbal pat on the back for stepping into that space, but we want your help, your support, your presence, because we can't succeed unless all of us succeed, and we need your help to make that happen. So please come, please buy a ticket, please tell others about it, and we will see you live November 11th, 7 to 10 p.m., the Brookhaven Mall in Passaic, New Jersey, for the event of the year. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Yaakov.
Take care. Be
Bye-bye.
well.